Hey, this is Mark, and today I've got an iPhone 7 that came in dead, not doing anything, not turning on, not charging, not doing any of the things that you would like an iPhone to do. So let's see if we can figure out what's wrong. Uh, let's see, what am I going to do first? Maybe I should see what it does on DC power. So we'll start with that. All right, connect DC power, and it's consuming 3 amps at 2.3 volts immediately. And now I'm going to feel and see, where is it getting warm? Well, I can feel it's getting warm right here, but I also know that that is the location of the transistor that connects main to battery. So all the current running from my DC power supply through the battery connector has to go through a little 9-pin transistor that's located right about there where it was getting hot before it can get into the main power rail for the phone. So I know that that is a troll, and I'm not even going to look there. So I also know, based on experience, that baseband CPU located right here, and this main short is very often one of the caps along this row. So before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and take this shield off. Let's see if we can make this a really quick fix. Uh-oh. Well, it's going to take a little bit of extra time because I have to change the battery pack in the old Canon. All right. Just change you out. Good thing I just bought a couple of new batteries. Spending that at $20 a month from YouTube ad revenue on fancy things like extra batteries for my camera. So thank you guys out there who watch the ads. Because of you, I can just swap batteries. Alright, let's see if I can get this sticker off. Usually I mess these stickers up when I pull them off, but look at that. This time I got it off in one piece. That's going to go back on. And when all is said and done, you'll barely even be able to tell I was inside this phone. Okay. So now we're going to just warm up this hot glue that Apple put across the top of that shield. We'll go ahead and pick that off. Now that shield will come off a lot easier. Now, if you've watched a lot of my videos, you know I really like to take shields off by holding them like this and just letting gravity make the board fall away. But in the 7, you have so much surface area of baseband CPU and main CPU with thermal compound that really, the thermal compound keeps the shield stuck to the chips. So the old gravity method doesn't work. So with these, with the 7 and 7 Plus, what I like to do is just get my tweezer tips in there together like that. So now the tweezer wants to pop open, and it's constantly applying pressure. And then I'll just go around the edges of the shield. When it's ready to come off, that tweezer is going to pop it up. Almost there. I get my tweezer back in. Didn't quite there yet. Close, but no cigar. Got one corner now. I need to get this up on. There we go. Now we'll just rock it back and forth to break those back joints. Come on, little guy. You can do it. Get loose. Oh, you're so close. There we go. All right. Now, this row of caps here is usually where you'll find this short. Now, I may be wrong, and I may have to go investigating other areas. Don't mind that guy. He was just a little bit of the solder that holds the shield on. It's always a good idea to look for that, because when that shield comes off, sometimes you get a little bit of splatter, like that little guy I picked off. But anyways, so I suspect it's going to be one of these guys. Very often, I think it's this guy. But if it's not, then we'll continue investigating. I've just seen it be one of those caps. I've seen it be this guy a few times, and I've seen it be one of these two. I can't remember. I think this guy a few times. Often enough that I'm willing to check this first. So I'm going to get out my trusty thermal camera because it's not going to heat up enough to tell with my fingers. I would be able to tell with freeze spray most likely. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's any of those guys. Looks like it might actually be one of the caps by PMIC. Looks like the kind of the PMIC area was getting hot. I was seeing like heat right in this area, but it's not going to be the baseband CPU. So we're going to flip over, take off this sticker, and what is jumping right out right away? Oh, maybe this guy, maybe that was just a little light coating of underfill. So let's see, my heat was right about here, which would be right in here. So it very well could be that guy. I know. We'll do the old freeze spray. All right. Turn power supply off. Connect board. Freeze board. And then turn power supply on. All right. Freeze. And let's see. Oh yeah, very, very clearly that guy that I was pointing out. No doubt about that. Obviously it's him. So now I will get out my special capacitor removal tweezers, my little wedges that I love using for this. I like these because they're sharp enough to get into these tight areas, but they're sturdy enough that I'm not going to bend them. All right, now, not consuming any current. So we will stick this back in the housing. Connect the screen. And let's see if we can boot up now. Gotta get that power button a little better. How about this? We'll just prompt to boot through USB. There we go. Oh, that screen is not looking great. Definitely have to let them know about that. So the cameras, yeah, kind of picking that up. There's some like purple and blue there. Definitely not from anything I did. But yeah, so there you have it. Boot it up. Have working touch. And we are good to go. All right, so another one solved. Thanks for watching.